Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
Today we have a really special treat actually.
Very
It is
special.
Red Spot Irish whiskey. It's from Ireland actually.
That's why it's called Irish whiskey.
Right, but this one is a 700 milliliter bottle because it actually came from Ireland. A friend of mine went over there to pick it up. I don't know if you want your name out there on the intranet or not, but I'm really happy that you got that for us.
Heck yeah.
So
I'm excited. That's good the yellow spot is.
I know. He went on a vacation, was over there for 2 weeks, and packed very light. So he trucked this around with him in a teeny little case to bring it back for me. There's a neat story goes along with it. When he went into the distillery at Jameson, which is where it came from, he couldn't pick it up at the appointed time he went into the distillery because Ireland law says you can only sell spirits at a particular time. I think it was 10:30 a.m. He was there at 10, so he had to hang around for a half hour. 10:30 came, he went to pick it up, grabbed the bottle. One of the folks that worked there at the distillery came in behind and swooped all of them off of the counter, and he said, "What's going on with this?" And the gal said, "We do not have any more supplies for this to manufacture anymore, so we're pulling them off the shelves and stowing them below for probably special customers," stuff like that, or maybe, who knows, maybe they're just going to sit on it. But she anticipated they wouldn't have supplies for a few years. And this just happened a few weeks ago. There are some in the United States, but they're the US version, which is 750 milliliter bottles. I don't know if everything else is the same. This is triple matured in bourbon, sherry, and Malaga. Marsala. Malaga is the yellow. Yeah, Marsala. Casks. So 2 different wine casks and a bourbon cask that's in it, that it's matured in. It's 46% ABV, and it is 15 years old, age statement. So thank you very much for going and trudging through Ireland. I know you had a blast, and bringing this back for us to review. Cheers.
Thank you.
Man, it's got a good nose.
Yeah, it does.
It's pretty light. Fruity,
Lot of
there's
candy.
that. Yeah. Some like red fruits. I always get that with the wine and stuff, but
Yeah. Grapes, kind of like the
Yeah.
red grapes.
there's also like a candy,
Yeah.
like a candied fruit.
Mm-hmm. Like that, almost like that fake candy, like candy corn, kind of.
Yeah. Confectionery
Yeah.
candies. Color's good. This is non-chill filtered also, another big thing.
Good nose.
It does.
Delightful.
Slow legs. So it could be a little oily actually, which
It
would
says
be nice.
non-chill filtered.
So yeah. So that would tend to there's some more of those fatty compounds in there, so it should linger on the palate a little bit more. If you don't know the Spot history, they had yellow Spot, green Spot, red Spot, and they actually had a blue Spot. The blue, I don't know if it's anywhere anymore at all, but that was the distiller's way, Mitchell's and Sons, of determining the age of each barrel. So they would put a spot of paint on the cask, and they would know at a glance, hey, this is this year's maturation, or this is this old, or this is that old. And so they kept the tradition, and the red Spot being the oldest of the 3.
What was the blue Spot then?
I think, if I remember, it was the youngest version, because your green Spot is
6 years?
6 or 7 years. The yellow Spot was 12, and the red spot is 15. So good nose. I'm wondering if 46 ABV, if any water would be good later or not. I don't want to.
I'm thinking I will put water in it.
Well, yeah, I don't want to try it without or with water first, but
Yeah.
good nose. What other kind of things are you picking up?
Just I get that heavy candy, honey,
Yeah.
red grape, fruit. That candy that is really dominant.
Yeah, it is like
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like you said, confection.
Confection.
Yeah.
Confection.
Like you walk into like a candy store.
Yes.
Like they actually make it there.
Almost like a saltwater taffy.
Right.
It's got a really pleasant. It has a really pleasant nose.
Yeah, it does.
Really
It's like almost
pleasant.
refreshing.
That's good stuff.
Try it.
Right on. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
Here's the fruit. I can pick up that. You can tell it's a higher ABV.
Yeah, it's got some alcohol burn to it.
It does. Right at the beginning for me, I had that that alcohol.
Some sweetness. I get like a honey, like a caramel apple almost.
Yeah. If it was a caramel apple that had maybe, for me, a red delicious.
Right, not a tart,
Not a
not a
granny,
tart,
but
no,
a red
Right,
delicious.
exactly. Got that earthy, a little bit of the earthy tones to it, like the clove
Yeah.
almost, like.
There's a little barrel in there, a little bourbon characteristic, but not a lot. It's really, I think the two different wine casks are more dominant
And the bourbon one,
than the
for
bourbon.
sure.
On the finish, it's pretty light finish actually.
Yeah,
Fairly short.
got that red wine finish.
Yeah, very much so on that red wine. It's a good whiskey.
Yeah,
I know that there's a few stores that are carrying it in the States, like Costco
really.
in California. I saw somebody posted on one of the whiskey places venues on Facebook. They're like, check it out, and it was around $100
For just
the-
750.
for the 750. Yeah,
Not the big one?
No,
Wow.
it was crazy. This was
Cheaper than the
100
yellow.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was strange. This one cost me the price from Ireland. It was $120. So you're in the ballpark in America. If you can find them, it'll be 90 to 100 and some bucks for a bottle. It will be a 700 milliliter, not a it'll be a 750, not a 700. So this one, the lady told my friend that was over there, said these are probably going to become kind of collectors because they're planning on changing the tin and changing a little bit of some of the graphics, and it might just be on the tin or whatnot. So the tin actually was a metal tin as opposed to the American are all cardboard. So of course I kept the tin, but it's of zero value now because it's opened. So
As it should be.
as it should be.
That's good. Trying to figure out what I'm picking up. There's something else.
Should we try it with some water?
Good. I'm trying to get. There's another. Is it orange? God, there's something else I'm
It is.
getting.
I think
Little
that
orange.
you might
peel,
be orange.
citrusy kind of.
There is something citrusy in there. That is absolutely true. I wonder what that is. Yeah, I think orange might be it. Maybe like an orange
That's what I was trying-
marmalade.
Yes.
Orange
yep.
marmalade. I'm going to try it with a little bit of water. Not a lot. Drop.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit will do you. See if that opens it up. Took a little bit of that. A little bit of the alcohol, but not much.
It kind of took away a little bit of the candy too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's still there.
I think it brought a little bit more bourbon-y, a little more bourbon characteristic.
Maybe.
It's got a. It didn't hurt the nose at all.
No. But for me, it took like the. Now I'm getting more of the fruitiness instead of. At first, it was like the hard candy smell.
Right.
And it's still there. It's just not as dominant.
Yeah, the candy there, the orange, citrus.
I got a lot more caramel on the initial than I did without the water. Interesting.
I've got that caramel or toffee.
Yeah, toffee. Yep.
That toffee is pretty strong. It lightened it
Like
a
a
little
little
bit.
like cherry too. Like
Yeah.
like a cherry. I like a fresh cherry. I like that candy.
Candied
Yeah.
cherries. Yeah. Almost like there's a little bit of that, the cherries that we use in the whiskey sours. The
Maraschino. Oh no, those little
the-
dark ones.
The dark ones. That real
Yes,
rich.
deep. Yep.
Good Lord. What is the cherry? It's not the cheap little maraschino ones. It's the ones from France.
Frappuccinos.
No.
That's close. I bet.
I can't even think of
Eh,
it.
it doesn't matter.
It's not that important. But
Neither
it's
here nor
got
there.
some, it's got some cherry undertones, a dark cherry or a candied cherry, a little bit of orange, some caramel, some toffee, some confectionery sugary candy, a little bit of, I could have picked up like a toffee, like a saltwater taffy or
Oh, yeah.
some of that kind of, that sugary, fresh sugar stuff going
Yep.
on, like a baking and some baking spices, maybe a little bit of that clove in the background. The bourbon is really subdued. I'm not picking up much bourbon characteristics
Me either.
at all, which I kind of was thinking there would be more in there because the yellow spot, it's more
Yeah.
dominant in the yellow spot, but different wine, different types,
Yeah.
maybe they're a little stronger.
Yeah, the wine on this one is definitely more dominant than the other flavors for me.
Yeah. Very nice whiskey.
It's a delightful whiskey.
It is. I'm really glad we have
I'd
it.
say though, for me, I still think the yellow spot's my favorite
Of the spot,
of the spots.
of the spots, yeah, that yellow spot really has it has more of the bourbon characteristics.
and we
And
we
being
prefer that, I
bourbon
think,
guys. I mean,
yeah. But this is delicious for sure.
it is. I would say,
I'd buy it.
oh yeah, if you could stumble upon some, I would get it for sure.
Easy for you to say.
It was not really, surprisingly. I haven't had much to drink either.
In your world.
Maybe not to down there. You never know. Anyway, it is definitely a thumbs up. Adam, thank you. Throw your name out there.
Thanks, Adam.
We appreciate it. That was awesome. I couldn't believe that you actually brought it back. That was badass. I mean, I can't thank you enough.
Badassery.
Badassery. Great whiskey. I recommend it. It's a thumbs up. Especially, it's super cool. An actual Irish whiskey in the bar from Ireland.
That is cool.
That's the actual
And it's the
700
small bottle,
milliliter,
yeah.
the standard bottle that you get over there. From the distillery, even. Just really cool.
Yeah.
Neat story with it. So,
Can't wait to polish it off tonight.
yeah.
What?
Anyway, we hope you're enjoying the show. And if you have any recommendations, put them in the comments below. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. There's a bell notification that you need to hit if you want to know when we put videos out. Someone was just talking to me the other day and said, "Did you guys put a video out?" And I said, "Every Saturday we put one out." "Well, how come I didn't get notified?" I go, "Did you hit the little bell notification?" "Oh yeah, I think I did." I'm like, "Well, if you hit it, you'll get notified." So, but anyway, as always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons
Any way you like.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.